This is Ben. More than telling stories, he enjoys listening to them. That's why, from time to time, he sits down in front of the camera and chats with our customers. Today, he had an exciting conversation with Geraldine of North Bay Regional Center.
How long have you been at the organization?
So I've been with North Bay Regional Center for 6 years. I was a case manager for about 5, and now the training and communication specialist for a little over a year now. So
Cool.
16 months to be exact. So as a training and communication specialist, I report to my department is human resources.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say in the human resource department, everybody uses signNow.
Cool.
For the most part, yeah.
How many people is that?
We're a smaller nonprofit organization. So we're not this big corporation.
Right.
So we have about, on my team, we have about 5 people in
Cool.
HR.
Cool. What kind of roles are those people besides you who's using it?
So we have our HR director,
Mm-hmm.
who's part of the executive team. And then we have 2 HR generalists, payroll coordinator, and myself as the training and communication specialist.
So you said you've had signNow for 6 years, which is a really long time. What was going on before? You might not know this because it might have predated you, I guess, but do you know what was sort of the situation that was happening that made you all start looking for an eSignature solution?
I can guess,
Yeah.
because if you can imagine not having an electronic signature solution, what that would be like. Just as a case manager, meeting with people, having them sign a considerable amount of paperwork, and then coming back to the office and realizing, oh, I missed a couple documents, and then having to make a trip back to that place of residence or that we visited to get that those signatures. Whereas with signNow, that definitely makes us more efficient in terms of saving time from having to make those trips. Just more productive in terms of just making sure that we can just email it to the client, have the client electronically sign. And it was just so much more convenient, even if we, in some instances, we were able to conduct meetings over the phone. When we had annual reviews, that was an option to conduct over the phone. Aren't face-to-face at all with the client. And once we've had those meetings, we can just easily, send on over the paperwork to have electronically signed, and it was awesome.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
For the clients to be able to do that. And it like I said, we just felt so much more efficient, and it was just a convenience in having that, because it's just like, saving us a trip, saving us time in that trip, because in some cases, we can, it can take a half hour, an hour,
Sure.
For some of the visits that we had to, attend to. So if you, make a minor mistake, and we're all human, it happens.
Right.
You can say, oh, we have signNow to help solve that situation.
Right.
And it's awesome.
When you sent out, something for signature using signNow to a client, a recipient who's never used something like signNow before, was it easy for them to sort of figure out how to do their signature? Did they say anything about it?
In all the cases that I have worked with, and I've worked with a number of cases, I had average about 80 on my caseloads as a case manager, and maybe one signer who wasn't technologically savvy had challenges using it. That's speaking volumes, really. One
that's
out of everybody had just a challenge, and just maybe missing the step of, clicking done when they've electronically signed, maybe just something really minor. Yes, I could only remember one actually.
That's a pretty good batting average right there.
Yes, I mean, and actually, the nice part is being able to just be able to have the convenience of signing from the phone. Everybody, not everybody has a tablet. The case managers will have a laptop. Some have touchscreen. The ones with touchscreens love that feature. Even when they were in person, they would still use the touchscreen option, even though they can have, physically sign a piece of paper. But they liked having that option because they know that it's electronically stored as well once it's once their signature was completed.
Yep. How do you use signNow?
So that's a really good question. From a case management standpoint, I can speak to that standpoint in terms of we were using it for electronic signatures for our clients. I know HR, from their standpoint, from my colleagues, they use it when they need, those annual forms to be completed, whether it be whistleblower policy or updating beneficiaries for, benefit enrollment and, just those bulk invites.
Cool.
That's, primarily what we would use, the HR team would use it for. And then again, for case management, when they would be signing, having our client sign. We're not using the integrations right now. But I know that Trevor, it's something I can talk with him about. Super happy with him, by the way.
Oh, cool. I'll tell him.
I didn't even know we had a customer success manager, to be honest with you. I guess someone from our IT supervisor was looking further into signNow, maybe regarding the documents that we've had, like templates and that we had already in the system. I know that there was some communication there, and he said, I have a contact for you. And I said, great. And, Trevor was so excited and eager to introduce himself. And I was so happy to know that as a customer success manager, he can provide training. And he's already provided 2 training sessions to our agency, who's very happy. And what we're recognizing as an agency is we all want to be on the same page with the level in which we use it, which I think is probably going to require more communication amongst the agency in terms of consistency on how we want all of our departments to be using it. So that we don't have all these different levels. I mean, we have some people that were asking definitely more technologically savvy questions. Others were like, I just need the basic, beginning basic signNow steps. And so I think as an agency, that's something that, we'd like to work towards is, just kind of more consistency so that we all are using it to the same level. And capacity.
Has COVID changed your, how you feel about work and digital transformation in general? I'm wondering if you just sort of have any takeaways from, what you've learned about digitization in general from the pandemic.
Yes. I think it was a necessity during the pandemic. It was a necessity prior to the pandemic, and it's a necessity most definitely during the pandemic. I mean, especially during the early phases of the pandemic, right? Everybody was afraid. No one wanted to leave. No one wanted to even touch their mail. People were scared. And I think part of the nice thing about signNow, at least from a case management perspective, is you didn't have to touch paper. You didn't have to, physically mail. It had the option to, you could do everything electronically. And it was definitely, and I couldn't imagine not having signNow. It was a necessity during that time because all correspondence was done via Zoom, via email. via telephone. And so, and to get things expedited, that's a nice part too, is, we needed, in one of my previous position in training was, working in early intervention with little ones, and having to have a consent to evaluate, to assess these little ones done, we need those timely. And, in early intervention is very critical because every single day, every single month, every single week, every single day, right, is important in the development of a little one. So when there's concerns about that and we need to assess that little one.
What was one unexpected benefit you got from signNow?
Storage piece of it. I like that you could store all your documents up to 7 years. So if you are employee of the regional center, you get assigned a signNow account, and anything that you send out for signature, right, becomes your own account and your own storage system, right? And there's other systems that, any signed documents, electronically signed documents get uploaded onto those systems. But this is your very own storage unit, like I want to call it, with any all completed documents, any documents that are pending. It creates, just another system for employees to be able to access a lot easier, because it's everything that's exclusive to that individual.
Yes.
That makes it that much easier to use than it is to, like, say, if we stored things internally on another system and uploaded those documents. You're searching across everybody else's documents as well,
right?
As opposed to, okay, signNow, these are all my documents, and these are items that I need to take action on, that are still pending tasks. I'm responsible for, as opposed to having to look through other other people, other employees, as opposed to just your own. So I like having that system.